Hello. So today we're going to talk about Amy Schumer and how she may or may not want pictures with you. Let's clear up the situation. So Facebook, it's interesting how news get like how the internet is one giant telephone game because I you hear these stories and sometimes unless you research them and unless you dig a little deeper, you realize that that may not be the whole story. So this is one situation. Message goes out to Amy Schumer. So a man said to Amy Schumer, "This is America. We paid for you," in regards to having taking a picture with her because she didn't want to take a picture. And Amy Schumer then went on to say that she would not be taking pictures at all with people. I believe that's what she said. Amy, correct me if I'm wrong. But then she went on to go to Glamour magazine and say that she will still take pictures with nice people. Now, this particular situation addresses the issue of pictures with celebrities and tabloids. And we're going to talk a little bit about tabloids. We're going to talk about a little bit about celebrities, celebrity energy. What does it mean? What is it? So when you want to, there's certain people that I love having a picture with because they are inspiring, and they're people that I look up to. One of the most recent individuals that I took a picture with was Alyssa Milano. Now, Alyssa Milano has done amazing work with UNICEF. She's been in Charmed, Who's the Boss, when I came to the United States. It's one of the shows that I watched. I, of course, followed her through her career into Charmed, which was one of my favorite shows. So I got to meet her. She signed my book. She signed a book that she wrote, Hacktivist. It's a graphic novel. It's amazing. I have it over there. And I've done videos about it before. And for me, that was important. For me, that was someone that, it's an author you enjoy. I think that it's the author. For me, it's the author level. It's not necessarily like, I wouldn't necessarily take a picture like with Beyonce, um, because Beyonce doesn't have a book. Well, I might take a picture with Beyonce just because Beyonce is an artistic form and she. So there's certain people that I would, but it isn't just because I bought their album, just because I bought their thing. That doesn't just because I've seen many of the things. That doesn't mean that I own them. That does not mean that I own an individual just because I've paid into their career. They have shared something. They have shared a product, and I have bought that product, and I have been entertained by that product. So the relationship ends with the product unto itself. The individual is a producer of the product. You don't go knocking on Walt Disney's ice coffin being like, "Hey, why aren't you taking a picture with me? Why aren't you hanging out with me?" Or you don't go knocking on the Walt Disney family and being like, "Hey, let's take pictures," and you don't demand pictures with the Walt Disney family because it doesn't seem proper. In the same way, even though celebrities have an iconic presence and a lot of it is about their face and a lot of it is about their looks, they are still selling a particular product that is being set aside in the image, and that's where it is, and that's where it stands. So no, Amy Schumer, of course, is right. No one has a right to demand pictures with anybody, and the reactive behavior goes back and forth. Now, when the whole celebrity picture thing, once we start dialing it down a lot and being more cautious and more careful, because ultimately, for most people, it's about look who I met, look who I'm with. This brings up my point value. This elevates how many followers I get. Look at me, look at me. So for most people, it's about them. The thing should be is look at my relationship with this individual to whatever degree it may be. With Alyssa Milano, I read her book and I was inspired by her. And she doesn't need to call me. I gave her some artwork, and if she likes it, she can call me, and I'll give her more and whatnot. But there's no like that's the relationship that was what happened at that particular point in time, and it's set aside in its own particular place. And if there's a value that Alyssa Milano sees in me or any celebrity sees in me, they will contact me and they will reach out to me. I should not. There's efforts where there's certain celebrities that I've reached out to and they've reached back to me and we've had a communication, and I think that's really awesome because there's a certain level of respect. There's a certain level of understanding of like, I know you are not the product. I know you're not the product, and I'm not going to be like, And I think because when you get into that world, celebrities have private lives, and they don't want you to, celebrities are very, very super hyper cautious as to who they let in to their lives as friends, and most often it tends to be celebrities because of the sense of trust, because they understand how much a tabloid can destroy someone's life. For instance, the Inquirer, and then I'll make another video about this, where they have a video about, not video, but they have a picture where they're saying that Prince died of AIDS. Now this is horrible. Whether he did or he didn't, that's nobody's business. And to tarnish someone's legacy in such a way, I don't understand why a business is still, why a company such as these tabloid companies are still allowed to do this kind of sensational elements. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think about the whole celebrity fanaticism that at times we can have? And I send you a wonderful year. Take care.